Okay, let's talk abs. What if I told you that some of the most common ab exercises out there, the ones you see everyone doing, aren't just a waste of time, but could actually be bad for you? Well, today we're going to dig into this really cool 90-day experiment that completely flips the script and gives us a real hierarchy of core training. Let's get into it. Yeah, and this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. Most people are either doing too much or doing the wrong stuff. It totally goes against that no pain, no gain idea, right? The whole point here is that when it comes to our core, a lot of us are just, well, spinning our wheels. We're doing stuff that feels like it's working, but isn't building any real useful strength. So that leads to a pretty scary question, doesn't it? That burn you feel after 100 crunches? Are you actually building a rock-solid core? Or are you just, mashing your spine into the floor over and over again? It's a huge difference. And honestly, understanding that difference is the key to this entire tier list. All right, so let's get into the experiment itself. Where did this ranking even come from? It's all based on a personal 90-day deep dive. The author took 10 of the most popular bodyweight ab exercises you can think of and put them to the test to see what actually delivered results. And listen, this wasn't just about feeling the burn or getting sore. Nope. For a full 90 days, the focus was on real, measurable results. Like, did my posture get better? Did my squats and deadlifts feel stronger? Did my core just feel more solid in general? Those were the things that mattered. Okay, so let's start where it hurts, at the very bottom of the barrel. We're talking about the exercises that, based on this test, you should probably just retire immediately. And what's wild is that the D and C tiers are packed with exercises you probably see all the time. And here you have it, the first two to get the axe. Bicycle crunches are dead last, way down in D tier. And the good old sit-up? It's not much better, sitting in C tier. So let's really break down why these two fan favorites are actually kind of terrible. So hitting rock bottom on this list is the bicycle crunch. I mean, you see this thing everywhere, right? HIIT classes, workout videos, you name it. But after 90 days, the results were, let's just say, super unimpressive. And this quote just nails it. It's more chaos than control. That's the whole problem in a nutshell. For most of us, we're not doing a controlled, focused exercise. We're just flailing our arms and legs around like crazy, with almost zero real work being done by our abs. So let's get specific. Why do they fail? Well, first off, everyone rushes them, so it's all just messy momentum. And guess what takes over? Your neck and your hip flexors. They do all the heavy lifting while your abs just kind of go along for the ride. There's no real focused engagement, which means it's pretty much useless for building actual strength. All right, climbing up just one measly spot to C tier, we find an old friend, the sit-up. You know, the one from gym class. It's so baked into our idea of fitness that we never really stop to ask, hey, does this actually work? Well, maybe we should. And I just love this line. More 90s nostalgia than modern core science. It's perfect, right? Because that's all a sit-up is. It's that repetitive bending, spinal flexion that we talked about earlier. You're basically just grinding your lower back again and again with hardly any of your deep core muscles firing up. It's an old school move that science has pretty much left behind. All right, moving on up to the middle of the road, the B tier. Now, these exercises aren't bad, not at all. They definitely have their place and can be useful, but they're not the main event. Think of them as solid role players on a team, not the all-stars. So, what are their jobs exactly? Well, crucifix crunches are awesome for really targeting your obliques, those muscles on the side of your stomach. A side plank? Fantastic for teaching your body not to collapse sideways. And the Superman hold is super important for balancing things out by strengthening your whole backside, your glutes, your lower back, the whole shebang. So yeah, they're all good, just for very specific things. Okay, now we're getting into the heavy hitters, the A tier. These are the real workhorses of core training. These are the fundamental moves that build that deep, functional strength that makes everything else you do, in or out of the gym, better. And just look at this lineup. We've got the hollow body hold, the plank, and hanging leg raises. I mean, each one of these is a beast in its own right. They build everything from rock-solid stability to incredible control. These are your bread and butter. Let's zoom in on the hollow body hold for a sec, because the author called this the 2-minute game changer. And it's true. It's not some fancy, complicated move, but man, it teaches your entire core how to stay braced and strong. That's a skill that's just essential for literally any other athletic thing you want to do. Oh, and a quick little side note here from the author on how to really nail these tougher exercises. Holding that insane full body tension in a hollow body hold, it's no joke. The source mentions that good nutrition is huge and even gives a shout out to creatine for helping you recover between sets and keep your form sharp. Just a little tip if you're looking to really push it. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. We've reached the summit, the S tier. Look, these aren't just ab exercises. These are full body challenges of pure strength and control. These are the undisputed gods of core training. And the two kings sitting on the throne, the ab wheel rollout and the legendary dragon flag. Both are just brutally effective and they work for a very, very specific and important reason. Okay, pay attention, because this is the big idea. This is what separates the good exercises from the bad ones. The bad stuff, like sit-ups, is all about flexion. That's just bending your spine forward. But the S-tier champs, they train anti-extension. They force your core to fight like hell to keep your spine from arching backwards. That is the secret sauce to building a core that's not just strong, but that actually protects you. And this quote about the ab wheel rollout just says it all, doesn't it? You can start on your knees, which is great, but when you eventually go full standing, you will feel your soul leave your body. It's just an insane challenge for your entire body. It demands absolute control, and if your form is bad, there's just no hiding it. So after all that, what's the big picture here? What's the real philosophy? It's not about chasing that burning sensation or just trying to build the muscles you can see in the mirror. It's about training your core as a complete system. You gotta remember, your core is way, way more than just a six-pack. It's this deep, complicated network of muscles that basically acts like your body's own built-in weightlifting belt. It keeps your spine safe, and it's where all your real power comes from. And those S-tier exercises, they train that entire system to work together as one. And that really brings us to the final big question you have to ask yourself. This whole tier list, it forces you to think about what you're actually training for. Are you just mindlessly doing crunches to look good in the mirror? Or are you building a truly strong, resilient core that's going to support you in sports, when you're lifting heavy things, in life? Definitely something to think about.